This video is for you if you are someone who is trying to decide on which website platform to use. And if you've been looking at Wix, I'm going to give you my opinion on it. This video is not for you if you are an avid user of Wix, you design Wix websites, whatever. If you want to use it, that's fine. Go for it. I'm not trying to convince you to leave. This is for people who are thinking about building a website for their business. Also, if you're not a business, this is not for you. If you're new here, my name's Jess. I create videos for business owners like you to help you save time and look good online. And today I want to save you some time and help you hopefully avoid using Wix. Again, this is for business owners. If this is a website you're creating just for fun, it's not a business, that's fine. Use it. People tend to get really angry when I talk about why I don't recommend Wix on YouTube. So that's why I've had several disclaimers, because if you want to use it, use it. I'm talking to people who are thinking about building their own website. And also, this is not because I feel like Wix is gonna take away my clients, because there are people who are like, no, thank you. I have no interest in building my own website. I will pay someone to do it for me. And there are people who are like, this is really fun for me, or I don't have the budget to hire someone. So I'm going to choose to go my own way without a designer. And that's perfectly fine. I'm just trying to help you make the right decision on what platform to use. That's all. Now, if you do some Googling or watching other videos, you'll hear a lot of people talking about Wix isn't always great for SEO. Wix isn't the fastest. There's a few other technical things that people will point out about Wix, which are true, but those things can also happen on Squarespace and WordPress and all these other platforms. But there are two main reasons that I don't recommend Wix. The first is that, yes, they do now have Editor X, which is their fully responsive builder for websites. So previously, before they created Editor X, their websites were not fully responsive. The problem is that you have to pay more for Editor X to have a fully responsive website. Now, it's about $10-ish more than their just lowest average plan on Wix. So it's not, hundreds more, but it is more than Squarespace or WordPress. So it is costing a little more. Again, not a huge difference. Again, it's like $7, $8 more than Squarespace or WordPress. So not a deal breaker. But the fact that in 2021, you are having to pay more to have a responsive website on this platform, a fully responsive website. And side note, yes, Wix has a mobile editor. That doesn't mean it's fully responsive. Their old website builders that you can still use are not fully responsive. So depending on your screen size, things may disappear, things may not be visible on your website, depending on where you place them on your screen. So, not fully responsive. But the fact that they are charging more, and I get it took more engineers and designers, developers to roll out this Editor X, so they kind of need to recoup the cost. I get it, but it's 2021. Responsive design is a standard. It's not a nice to have anymore. Bare minimum. Everyone should have this. So I don't like that they are charging more so that you can have a fully responsive website and have a good user experience for your clients and customers to be on your website. Not a fan. And the second reason, probably the biggest reason that I tell people to avoid Wix, is that they make it impossible to leave Wix. I mean, you can, but you have to start over. They do not have an export feature. There is a really complicated RSS thing you can try to do. There is one service out there that says they can migrate you. I've used it. Doesn't work well. It's not perfect. So you don't have full control over your content. And many online business owners now are content creators. They create YouTube videos, they write blog posts, they have podcasts, they put all these things on their website. And if you're like me and you've been doing this a long time, I have upwards of 300 posts and videos and podcasts on my website. Luckily, I use WordPress and you can just export. I've been on Squarespace before and you can just export. It was simple. When I moved from Squarespace to WordPress, it was like a click of a button, another click of a button, we're done. Ta-da, I'm on WordPress. With Wix, it's not that easy, and you have to manually copy over your content because they don't have a good export feature. That is a deal breaker. I think business owners should have full control and ownership of their content. And I know that people are also like, WordPress is harder to learn, or Squarespace is not as intuitive. Not everything's going to be easy in business. Wix may be super easy to use, but I don't think it's a good platform for business owners. I don't. For those two reasons that I already talked about, plus some of the other technical reasons that other designers and developers have talked about online. So that's why I don't recommend Wix. I don't think that you are setting yourself up for success in the long term when you want to move the platform. And I know some people are like, well, what if I don't ever want to move? Okay, you might not want to, but I've been in business for 10 years and I see so many business owners changing platforms, changing website platforms, changing email marketing platforms, changing Instagram schedulers, changing everything. Anytime a new shiny platform comes out, people want to hop over and try it out. And that's fine. I've done it. I've done it a million times. So the fact that it's not easy for you to do that, and they just make it difficult to leave because they just want you to keep paying them every month, not okay. Not okay. And one other thing I will say about the other platforms, I most often talk about WordPress and Squarespace. Other good ones are Showit and Shopify. Squarespace, yes, does have a learning curve, but I think it's the most similar to Wix and it is easier to use. People who hate WordPress, it's usually the theme because WordPress itself is very basic. It's the theme that lets you design and create pages and move things around. So if you get frustrated by WordPress, it's really your theme that you're frustrated by. So you might want to try a different theme. It's not WordPress itself necessarily. Sometimes it is. Most of the time, it's the theme. So just keep that in mind if you hear people saying things about Squarespace and WordPress. I would love to hear if you have questions about Wix, Squarespace, WordPress, other platforms, website questions in general. Let me know down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure and give it a thumbs up, and I will see y'all next time.